Leupold's a household name amongst hunters and shooters around the world. It's a name that's tied to craftsmanship, an American company, and steeped in tradition. So when you hear that name, you expect quality. And when you pick up one of their top quality scopes, like the Mark V HD, you expect to be wowed. This scope didn't disappoint in any aspect of our testing. It's an extremely high-end scope and is packed with features and benefits that consistently delivered quality results throughout the testing. A quick overview of the Riflescope. This is a front or first focal plane scope, which means that the subtension measurements are the same throughout the magnification range. It comes in a 5:1 zoom ratio, and our test model's bottom end is 5 power at the low end, and at the top end it's 25 power, giving you a great field of view at the bottom and a high quality zoom for those long range shots. It comes in a 35mm tube, 56mm objective, and the high quality lens coatings in the Twilight Max HD light management system on this scope provide a tremendous amount of light transmission for any shooting situation. The adjustments on this scope are in MRADs for both elevation and windage. That 35mm tube gives you a lot of room for elevation and windage adjustments, making this an ideal super long range scope. It has 34.9 mils of elevation adjustment, which is equivalent to 120 MOA, which means a scope like this mounted with a 20-minute rail will likely have the adjustments you need to dial out past a mile with a relatively fast caliber like this 300 Win Mag. One of the key factors I love about this scope is the weight. At just under 30 ounces, it's nearly a half a pound lighter than its nearest competition, and in some cases, almost a full pound. Now let's discuss the functionality of this exact setup. Being a 35mm tube does have limited options for mounts. However, Leupold delivers some great options which are as tough as nails and combat ready if the need arises. You zero your scope with elevation and windage just as you would with any other MOA type of scope. You just need to know that the measurements for a mil is 3.6 inches at 100 yards, and the adjustment for both windage and elevation on this scope are 1/10 of a mil, or 0.36 inches for each click at 100 yards. Having the ability to get 3 full revolutions out of your elevation adjustment makes the M5C3 zero lock extremely important. When at your zero, the lock button protrudes. At the completion of the first revolution, it sucks into flush with the surface and goes below the surface on the final revolution. It pops back out and locks when you get back to your zero. The windage knob is capped, but another great feature when it is removed is the marking setup. It allows you to barely get out of the scope to make quick and precise adjustment. It shows both left and right mil markings. Using a rangefinder like the Leupold RX1600i, which will give you mil holdovers, allows you to quickly take a range, adjust for yardage, and make accurate shots without having to have a pre-cut turret. The side focus parallax adjustment will help provide you with a crystal clear image, and a fast focus eyepiece will make the crosshairs crisp and sharp as well. This scope comes with several different reticle options, as well as illuminated and non-illuminated like this test model. It also comes in a lower magnification model in the 3.6 to 18x44. A visit to the Leupold website will give you all the specs and options for each model. When it comes to high-end rifle scopes, the Mark V HD by Leupold is pretty tough to beat. We put it through its rigors here at Sportsman's News, in all the testing, and it performed absolutely flawlessly. It tracked both vertically and horizontally to extreme position. It's all you would expect with a name like Leupold.